Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the podcast. Today, I'm going to be talking about how you could get AI to recommend your business like ChatGPT. It's worked for me, it's working for my clients, and how you can too. Now, just to preface this, if you are listening to this in real time, first and foremost, happy holidays. We are deep within the holiday season. And if you missed the Scaling Systems Mastermind bonus, I want to let you know that there are going to be more opportunities to join Scaling Systems. It is something that is open, evergreen. That means that both of my programs, Scaling Systems and Marketing Systems, as they are currently named, hint, hint, they might be changing soon, but both of those programs are open all year long. You can join them at any time. There are certain times of the year that I include special bonuses like I did for Scaling Systems, where you could get both programs for the price of one for the entire year. However, you can join these programs at any time. I've had people say, is the enrollment closed completely? And the answer is no, it is not closed completely. You just don't get the bonuses of getting the twofer of buying both of the programs for the price of one. So, for you, if you're thinking about joining, it's still open. You can join at any time. I just wanted to keep you posted that there aren't going to be the bonuses for marketing systems currently as you're listening to this in real time. However, there are also, you will still be able to get support from me until June. And then I'm going to be taking my maternity leave and then coming back, like I've mentioned before. So, all these things, it'll be still be 15 months of the mastermind. You are still going to get all the amazing support. And if you want me to help you with this getting recommended by I can still do that even if you are joining at a different time. So let's get into that. Let's start talking about how you can get AI to recommend your business on social media or through the way that you're posting on social media. So, today, during this podcast, you are going to first and foremost, I'm going to explain something new called AEO, Answer Engine Optimization, what it is and why it matters now. Then I'm going to talk to you about how to get answer based content, why it's getting recommended, and give you real world proof of examples that can help you within your marketing just this week. And I want to show you how I can change your current posts. And I want to give you some ideas about how you can change your posts without changing the current voice, tone, and style that you are doing. So, first and foremost, what is answer engine optimization? AEO. That is the new way that people are searching things. So, if we used to think about it, before we had AI, that was a huge part of our lives and it's come in so quickly. We would typically be thinking about getting you recommended using social media by using what's called search engine optimization. Search engine optimization, or SEO for short, used to be what I would recommend for my clients. And the cool thing is, when I work with my clients in both of my programs, I have them use the same words frequently, words that are commonly searched, and those are words that are nicknamed keywords. So those keywords are used, and let's say you work with moms that are in that are dealing with teenagers, right? That's what your coaching business is all about, and you're coaching preteens, parents of teens and preteens. You would use the word teen frequently. You would use the word parent, mom, and those words would help search engines to help find people that would be a good fit for your content and show you their content live. So when we're thinking about the way that I used to teach people how to use organic marketing to make their businesses grow, we would do things a little differently. And so it used to be when you were growing your business, we would use the similar words that were highly searched, Googleable words that people were looking for so that they could find your business. Now, depending on what platforms you are doing your marketing would depend on whether you're searching for what people are searching for is what I like to call overt and covert search engines. So when we're thinking about all forms of algorithms for social media, And just in general, what algorithms are, all that means is it's the way that it's optimized to help users get valuable content. So there are overt search engines like Google, where people type in how to change a tire and they will get search engines for how to change a tire. YouTube is also an overt search engine. Same with podcasts. That's why all of my podcasts and YouTube videos have typically a title that says how to 3 steps. It's kind of redundant, but it creates a better search engine for people who are searching for content online. So, in a form that's an overt search engine like YouTube, Google, if you use a blog or podcast to market your business, you want to be using words that are overt search engine words like how to 3 steps, and it helps you to get more content, more people to interface with your content. However, I use a lot of those overt search engine words in covert search engines, which are the covert forms of social media. So if you think about it, search social media acts as a search engine nowadays. Think about it. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, even YouTube Shorts, LinkedIn, those are all covert search engines. People aren't going to Instagram typically to be like, how to paint a bedroom, but they might be looking at and liking and consuming content about home improvement. So people are like going through, and the algorithm has a profile. It's kind of creepy, but it's actually cool because if they're going to have a profile on all of us, might as well use it to your business's advantage. But you are going, every single search engine, regardless of whether it's TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube, or Facebook, Instagram, they all have a profile on you. That is why they know the things that you stay on. You have an algorithm that is fit for your audience. And when it sees that you are scrolling on content for a certain amount of time, it knows your likes, your dislikes, your interests. All of those things are within your personal profile. So Jill has a profile, Megan has a profile. We all have profiles within these covert search engines like social media. And those are ways that we would use keywords to get your business noticed. That's what we call organic marketing, is you are not paying for ads to get your marketing out to people. You are using free things like search engine words to get your marketing out there. So that's how I used to teach social media marketing. And I would talk about using keywords, thinking about what your people are searching for. And that was what all my content was prior to this. So now the tides have turned a little bit, and we still want to use what we know about SEO, search engine optimization, using different keywords, thinking about what people are searching for. However, there is a new guy on the block, which is AI. And now most people, lots of people, are asking things like ChatGPT for answers to their questions. So instead of like searching for business coaches, what people are doing is they're asking questions that they would ask business coaches to Chat GPT, or any kind of coach or any kind of service-based business owner that you are. Chat is now getting the questions instead of Google sometimes. So, within this, we need to know this and know that chat can even recommend different, or chat in other forms of AI. Chat is just the most popular because it's the largest large language model. That means it's getting all of this information from all these different forms of social media and search engines, and it's compiling them all together and creating one solid search engine. So people are asking chat different questions that you might be able to answer, and definitely can answer as a service-based business owner. So what you want to do is you want to customize the way that you are posting and getting your content out there so that chat knows that you are the person that solves these people's problems. And if they ask for a recommendation, you are the first person they think of. So AEO is answer engine optimization. It is why four people were just on consults with me because chat told them to. They had no interaction with my social media at all. However, all of my content is about questions that they had, how to make their business simple as a solopreneur, how to get more followers, how to optimize their social media presence. And chat said, hey, this is actually an incredible person for you. You need to work with Megan Wing. And I had people saying that they asked for multiple different recommendations. They had plans on working with other coaches and they decided to work with me just because they know that chat knew an in depth version of their business's problems. And they knew that me and my business was the best solution for them. So what you need to do is you don't want to do traditional posts as you want to still have traditional posts that are going out, but the way that you write them, thinking about answering questions about what they are asking for, how to it matters even more often than you post. It's about the quality and the answer engine optimization that you're doing in order to make your posts more visible for those search engines to find you, for your people who are searching for your service based need to get connected with you. Crazy, right? So I know it was like a lot of technical terms, right? But this is just the fascinating thing is that this is the way I teach my clients how to market. I talk to them about thinking about what your client is experiencing and what are they struggling and striving for, giving them that relevancy and urgency. I didn't even know about AEO until I messaged in a big group that I was in and I said, "Hey, chat is recommending me to people. Does anyone like exciting times?" And that's when somebody brought up AEO to my attention. And it's just the way I've been writing my posts for years. It's the way that I've always been doing my marketing is I'm always thinking about how to be the best knowledge base for somebody who is struggling with problems that I solve. Anyone who's under 100K as a solopreneur, I want my content to be a beacon for them. Like this is how you make money with your business and really creating that presence online. So, when answer engine answer based content is king now, it's because that is giving you the things that are recommended to your clients. This is showing them when you ask questions, this person gives you the answers. You want to be thinking about what are they really struggling with and you want to be very clear and direct. You don't want to beat around the bush, and that's another thing that I've been doing with my content. You guys know, like if you're listening to the podcast, I'm pretty direct. I give you feedback. I'm giving you what I always knew of as value ahead of time, but I'm giving you actual mini transformations before you even work with me. And that's why with today's episode and with many episodes of my podcast, I actually include an interactive worksheet that goes right along with this podcast so that you can get the support that you need. So, you really want to make sure that as you are thinking about your content this week, even as we go into the holiday season, this is also so important because there is a social media surge. So, if you're listening to this right now, I want everybody to know that the last 2 weeks of the year is the biggest surge in social media that is experienced throughout the world at more than any time of the year. I want you to think about it. There are many holidays being celebrated right now. As you're listening to this podcast, people are on their phones now more than ever. There might be time off that is given because of the holidays. They might have time off because they've taken time off to spend time with their families over the holidays. And right now is the perfect time for you to be posting, for you to get out there and to make sure you're answering their question. You've got that AEI going on. You're making or AEO going on so AI can recommend you. Artificial intelligence platforms can recommend you. And for you, you want to be thinking about, okay, what are my clients Googling? What are they searching for? And how can I give them answers right now, especially now more than any time at the end of the year? And the surge for usage of social media says that currently in just these 2 weeks, in the end of the year, statistically, 73% of people are going to be on their phones now more than any other time of the year. So this is truly the most important time of the year for you guys to be using this, for you to get your content out there. And it's also going to be fascinating because the people who are in my programs, they've already batched out their content. They've got their stuff going out. I hope that you guys who are podcast listeners, you're in my world now. I hope that you are able to batch out your content. But I know so many people are not consistent with their content. They are traveling, but they forget to batch things out. I'm doing this podcast currently on December 15th, and I'm going to do a bunch leading up to the end of the year. So I have all my content. I already have the topics planned. I've got things ready to go all the way through mid-January already. And I already know what I'm going to be talking about. I know what kind of topics people are searching for at that time of the year. And I'm going to make sure that my content matches it. It's really exciting. So, for you guys, within this, I don't want you to freak out. If you already have posts that are scheduled out, I'm so proud of you. Well done. Congratulations. You are ahead of so many other solopreneurs. And if you are like, how can I tweak my posts this week to create more AEO? It's not big tweaks. A lot of the things that I teach within my program are not huge. For instance, when you're thinking about your content this week, let's say you already have something going out that's like, hey, relationships can be really hard during the holidays. Let's go back to that example of the mom of the teenager. It's like if your teenager has come home from school and they're feeling more distant and awkward than ever, well, actually, that would be a good it's like you're not alone. A lot of times people experience that, and it's a struggle that is so common. I'm here for you if you need support. So that would be an example of a post that is still valuable, but it is not AEO optimized. You are hitting something that's relatable, that teenagers can be distant during the holidays, but you're not answering a question. You're not talking to parents about how to be more connected with their teenager during the holidays. So to just quickly give it a little AEO bump, you would say, are you ready to feel? It's like, do you want to feel more connected to your distant teen over the holiday season? Here are three things that can help. Do you see that I am naming the question clearly? I'm saying, do you want to feel more connected to your teenager over this holiday break? Same post, same context, different ways of phrasing things that keep your same voice tone and style. Then you want to answer it simply and clearly. List those three things so that you're not like keeping it in the weeds. Like you want to, like, I think sometimes with, and I'm not a writer by any stretch of the imagination. If anything, I got the best marks when I was in school for a lot of my lab reports because they were very scientific, and that actually works for me now. So it's like when you are thinking, make it clear. Create a solid answer. Don't just leave people hanging like you're feeling supported, but actually give them solutions. Tell them your experience when we're thinking about building that know, like, and trust. You want to be talking to them about their experience with their teen and say, hey, I used to feel like this too. You could be sharing about your lived experience in a way that if, like, I've heard of people even using chat as a therapist, and you want to be using the same language that people are using, just being a couple steps ahead. That's the kind of language that's getting AI recommending me. And the same thing I'm encouraging for my clients, and the same thing I want to encourage for you. Then the last thing that you want to do is you want to add context about the situation itself. So I added context already pre-edit, but I talked about being close to your distant teen with the holidays because people are going to be searching about it during the holidays. You're giving nuances and experiences. You're giving nuances about the experiences that you had. And then you also want to showcase your expertise. You want to be talking about how you not only overcame this yourself, but you've been able to help clients with this. And this is something you commonly use within your coaching practice or within whatever service based business you have. This helps you to create really strong AEO without making it seem like it's too robotic, but it keeps your audience engaged. So that's what AEO is. If you are looking to get search engine optimization and answer engine optimization, if you want AI to recommend you, I have a worksheet that is in the show notes. If you click on that, it'll send you to a link to fill out a form, give you your email, and then you'll get emailed a worksheet that's in the form of a Google form or a Google Doc. and you're going to be able to fill it out to help you revamp your content. If you're listening into this real time, you can revamp a few things before the holidays even hit. And if you're listening to this later on, this is absolutely the way that marketing is trending. I know that this is going to help you with your content as time goes on. And I will be giving you so much more in more episodes of the podcast. Feel free to keep listening in. And as a very last reminder, so again, today we talked about what AEO actually is. We talked about how to create answer-based content and how to do small tweaks to get your social media content viewed by AI and making it AEO friendly without changing your voice. If this was helpful for you, make sure you download that worksheet to get take your marketing to the next level. And like I mentioned at the very beginning of this podcast, if you want support creating AEO content, that's what I do in all of my programs. Make sure you check out the link in bio to see how you can join. And I can't wait to see you guys there.